So ladies and gentlemen, here we have part 2. I do apologise. The previous video I was filming on my phone, or filming as the case may be, and ran out of storage. I do take a lot of photos and film. So yeah, we're taking a look back at Exposed, Pro Wrestling's Greatest Secrets, recorded off Channel 7 in Australia back in 1999. And if you want to see the backstory to why I have this and how special it is to me, just watch the previous video. And just doing some rewinding. The cool kids nowadays, they wouldn't know about rewinding. They wouldn't even know about physical media, most of them. But yeah, so my parents recorded this for me, both because they knew I liked wrestling. Like it was late at night, too late for me to watch on a school night back in the day. And I think they thought if I saw how wrestling is a work and entertainment and thus the sort of things, I wouldn't like it anymore. But it actually gave me so much more respect for the art form, how skilled it is, and how much goes into it, and how realistic and just legitimately dangerous it is, and how much realism's in it, that it's not just a show, it's not just entertainment, it's those things, but it's so much more. Far more legitimate than any movie or anything like that. Remember, we're all in pro wrestling stuntmen with one take. Stuntmen, actors, everything, all but with one take, legitimate danger, actually getting hurt, for people's entertainment, and to like increase our causes for those of us who like do charities and stuff through it, like I do with Emma's Tongue Cancer Charity, who's my partner who passed away from tongue cancer at age 34. But yeah, here we are. I'll rewind through the ads and I'll show you a couple of my favourite bits here of this film. VHS tape. Here we see the setup. VHS and Emma's old TV. And this, yes, it had a pretty condescending kind of tone at times, but it was actually pretty good, this. Like some of the stuff I showed.
Time's over. Some microphones put underneath the ring for the enhanced sound. Make a body slam or a backdrop or anything sound a lot worse than it actually is.
You'd think the fans would notice that the slams are louder near the speakers.
Well,
here's the way those punishing hits sound to the crowd. Hey, better call a chiropractor. Now let's turn the hidden microphone off. Not nearly as impressive, is it? Next up, looks like the villain's just taken out one of the fans. But don't worry, it's all just part of the act. Then later, we'll reveal the secrets behind the backbreaker, the leg drop, the pile driver. Plus, is all that blood real or fake? We'll expose the shocking secrets. But first, another of wrestling.
Fast forward a little further, so I'm going to show a couple of the best parts of this film that are actually true, like a lot of stuff in this. The worked nature, they try and make us seem far more carny and fake than we are. But yeah, so it shows how the referee and the commentators help, and unfortunately here in Australian wrestling, some of this current generation, they don't know what they're doing, and they think they're actual like referees that are meant to officiate a contest, which is not the case, and they do their own thing. There's a couple of really dodgy refs especially out there, or maybe 3 that I know at least. And they just kind of think they're doing their own thing, but if you, same with commentators, just get themselves over, and there's a lot of wrestlers too doing that. Here we go. Oh, fast forward.
Jump it at the bell.
It's really sad that we have very few referees.
He's going to jump you at the bell, okay?
And we do have some
Go back to your corners.
that actually help us. Unfortunately,
Referee is every bit as important.
well, I'll let this guy tell
as
you.
the wrestlers are.
This is actually Harley
The more
Race.
you're aware of him, the more he's doing his job.
When wrestlers can't communicate directly with each other, the ref acts as the messenger. This is known as passing a move. Listen as the ref relays the secret information.
Hey, come on. Let your man out of the corner. Oh, let the man out of the corner. Come on, let the man out of the corner. Move. How you doing, buddy? Move.
The ref slips out of the way at the last minute, and no one is the wiser.
The role of the referee, he is supposed to be about 5 seconds behind everybody else in the building. And that is everybody from the popcorn vendor to the guy taking tickets can see what's going on. But the referee just somehow misses it every time.
Instead of being a policeman in the ring, the ref is just one more con man.
That's a bit harsh, but
it's called the blind eye. where he conveniently overlooks an illegal move in order to stir up the fans.
Told the referee to call everything that he sees. Just don't put yourself in a position to see everything.
In this tag team match, the ref purposely turns away just as the tag is being made between the good guys. The ref appears to be reprimanding the villain for climbing into the ring, but he's really just waiting for the signal to turn back around. There's the signal. When the ref sees both good guys in the ring, he tries to kick one of them out. This leaves the villains free to beat the daylights out of his partner. They're all in on it together.
Now, everyone in the joint has seen this, but of course the referee hasn't seen it. And as the traditional rule goes in wrestling, if the referee does not see it, then it did not happen.
Why do they pull this con? To get the crowd all worked up. When fans see the good guy being pummeled behind the ref's back, they become enraged.
The crowd then, because they've seen this, they get mad at the referee. They're mad at the heel wrestler because this great injustice has happened. And there's nothing they can do about it, just like real life.
The ref also serves another underhanded purpose. He paces the action in the ring, making sure the fans' blood pressure rises to a boiling point at just the right moment. Of course, there's a trick to how he does it. The ref is secretly given directions by the ringside announcer, who is constantly monitoring the excitement level of the fans.
Up he's down and go.
If the crowd is hot, a discreet two-finger signal tells the ref to let the action continue for 10 more minutes.
Sorry, folks, we wanted to stand up.
He puts up one
puppies,
telling the ref to wrap it up in 5. And when he sees the announcer's pen, the ref knows it's time to bring down the curtain.
Bring it home, boy.
Within seconds, the match is over. And the third man in the ring has successfully carried out his secret mission.
So, wouldn't it be nice if those of us who've sacrificed our health mentally and physically and put so much time into actually had referees in Australian wrestling, because some are really good. Dave Hidler and a few others are really good. The other Dave that works for APW, Steve Worcester, a lot of good referees, but some bloody shit ones. And I'm going to call them out. I'm not going to hide behind pseudonyms or anything. You got Nigel, you got Rob, and you got Ref Jess, and all three of them are rubbish. They're deluded, they haven't got a clue what they're doing. They're horrible people, both in the ring and out. And this is a message from James High Octane Ladham to you guys. For any of you still in the business, get out, you have no business in it. If you don't know you're part of the show and you're meant to be helping us, and you're also like playing politics and being little tools and sold like soldiers for dodgy kids with an inheritance, trying to stir up drama, you don't belong in the business, get the fuck out. But yeah, we're meant to all be working as a team to put on the best possible show for the fans and for those of us doing charity shows and stuff, do good for our communities. But yeah, when you got people who aren't moving in the same direction, moving the complete opposite, really they don't belong in pro wrestling. I don't know if it's a societal thing or a generational thing or what, but yeah, there's a lot of great people still in wrestling, a lot of deluded fucks that don't belong in it, and really haven't got a clue what they're doing. But yeah, we'll carry on with the video. Rant over.
Heat is basically anything that gets the crowd.
Going to fast forward to another very cool spot.
Healed.
This remote is not the most responsive. But yeah, another thing that I really liked is the concept of blading. I won't explain too much here, especially because it might trigger the algorithm. But the fact, just the realism and the effort and the dedication, is one of the things that really captured me about pro wrestling. Is the fact that the juice, the colour, whatever you want to call it, is actually very real. And it's really part of the brotherhood, like, to be able to do that sort of thing for the fans. I really think it's a cool thing in pro wrestling that we would rather hurt ourselves than hurt each other to put on a show for people. So I was trying to still work.
Then extends his arms, creating as much surface area as possible to cushion the fall.
But if you don't make that rotation,
his feet and shoulders.
it's a world of hurt. You know, life as you know it is over. If you mess up,
news update is brought.
mess up bad enough in a ring, you either need a wheelchair or a coffin. And that's not an exaggeration. Then you got the long-term health effects like I'm suffering from. They say a wrestler doesn't know a day without pain. Well, I don't know a minute without pain. And that's not an exaggeration. But I have no regrets. I wouldn't be the person I am without pro wrestling and ICW. Look at these cool old ads from back in the day. Apologies, just the remote's a bit dodgy. Yeah, show you some more. And remember to go back and watch the previous video to see how special this tape is and the backstory of it all. Hey, Missy's jumping on. Yeah, oh, sorry, go. I'll stand up so Missy doesn't block the screen too much, although I'm sure none of you mind Missy being on there.
The crowd goes wild.
I'm sure many watching this will be so young they have no idea about having to actually stand here and fast forward things. Not even just skip like in DVDs. Literally have to fast forward to where you want to go. Or rewind. Be kind, rewind. The OGs, remember. Look at those supermarket prices. I'll start $30 a month, $29.95 a month. Which back then was actually pretty expensive.
Guys patrolling with Western Plains Automotive of Dollar.
They seem.
You here to confess?
In a web of suspense.
I never had to go through it.
That will leave you stunned.
Either way, it's down to you.
A touch
Such
of
an
Frost,
iconic
Friday, 8:30
bit
on
of footage there
Prime.
with the old Prime logo.
At the end of a match, the blood is flowing. But is it real or just part of the act?
Juicing is causing yourself to bleed.
Hey, open the fist! Open the fist! Hey, open the fist! Come on, step back! What's wrong with
The
you?
granddaddy of all cons is when a wrestler is literally beaten to a bloody pulp.
I wouldn't call it a con when you see what they actually
Out of the
do.
man's hair. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, come here. What? What's wrong with you? What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Nothing.
Juicing is simply where the person cut himself in the ring and bleed, just to add more realism to that match.
Wrestling fans think that the All-American boy has bloodied his opponent's head, but he had nothing to do with it. From this angle, we can see that Brash Knuckles doesn't come anywhere close to the turnbuckle. So why all the blood? Well, most people think it's fake. Well, here's a secret you wouldn't expect. That's a real cut, and the blood's real too. But how did it get there? Let's take a closer look.
Hey, open the fist!
As the ref steps in to check on Brash Knuckles' condition, he secretly passes off a tiny sliver of a razor blade wrapped in tape.
Stay there.
How you doing, man? Here it is.
There's the handoff. If you didn't know where to look, you'd miss it. So much for the ref being impartial, but we already knew he was in on it. You may want to look away, because this part gets pretty gruesome.
Hey, what are you doing?
With a concealed blade, he secretly makes a small incision in the crease of his brow. He knows exactly where to cut.
The wrong way is taking a long, broad stroke across the forehead. That results in long scars. You can get tremendous injuries. The right way is you go to the bone and take just a little jerk. It will bleed profusely, and then 2 to 3 days later, it'll be healed.
It's hard to believe how far pro wrestlers will go to make the carnage look real and keep the fans coming back for more.
Finishing the
Yeah, so I know blading can be a bit of a controversial subject. I don't think it should be. It's always been part of wrestling. And admittedly, there is the risks with blood-borne diseases and the like, but this day and age, especially in the major promotions where wrestlers get blood tested and that, really it's far safer than intentionally cutting someone hard way and giving them a concussion, which does get done. Again, the tool that I mentioned earlier, Rob Messenger, absolute piece of shit, used to try and cut many of us open hard way, because not because he was opposed to blading, not because of defending the fans or any of the dangers. He was opposed to it because he's a tool and has a complex about wrestling being a work and thinks everyone has to think he's a legit badass when he's not even a man, really. He's just a fucking tool. Again, sorry for the rant, but yeah, blading, you don't want to always do it. It's something should only be done in like not all that often, done in moderation, unless of course you're a deathmatch company or like an 18+ company. Then you can do it all you want. But there's a place for it. You don't want to do it often. Oh, Missy, no more chewing the carpet. And good girl. I might have to put you out for a bit. But yeah, got to be safe with it, and in moderation, and not going too far with it. It can add a lot of drama. Like, for those who are familiar with pro wrestling, think back to Stone Cold and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. An amazing match, possibly my favourite match of all time. Would it have been as dramatic and as iconic without the blood? I don't think so. Yeah, anyway. Oh, good girl, Missy, you stop chewing. She can behave. You're a good girl, aren't you? Same with Bobby. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for watching these last two videos. Looking into the world of James High Octane Lanham and pro wrestling. And my fur babies. Good girl, Missy, with the licking. And for those in and around the area, Kara's annual pro wrestling show that fights tongue cancer for Emma, and to help our community, the community that helps us so much, is back on Saturday, October 31st, Kara Civic Centre. Tickets are selling now, front row nearly full. Another rows are already selling. The previous two shows sold out months ahead. This year, oh well, last year sold out 2 months ahead, so go to Kara Civic Centre box office or website, buy your tickets while you still can, and I'll see you at the show.